What if I told you Elon Musk is designing a new class of mega spaceships that make Starship look tiny by comparison? Sounds unbelievable, right? Well, brace yourselves, because during SpaceX's recent company talk, Musk unveiled early plans for gigantic Starship iterations that aim to eclipse any rocket ever built. First, let's recap the current Starship system for those less familiar. The fully reusable Starship rocket consists of two elements: the massive Super Heavy booster, which provides initial thrust at liftoff, and the upper Starship spaceship, which carries payloads to orbit. Standing 120 meters tall when stacked, Starship is powered by SpaceX's advanced Raptor engines, 33 sea-level ones on the booster and 6 vacuum-optimized ones on the ship. These methane-fueled engines provide the power needed to heave the giant rocket off the pad. Now, an interesting question arises. Why choose methane over traditional rocket propellants? Well, by utilizing methane, SpaceX can synthesize the fuel on Mars itself for return trips and eventually produce it sustainably on Earth. This choice furthers their long-term Mars colonization goals. While still early in testing, the Starship system aims to offer unparalleled lift capacity of over 100 tons to low Earth orbit, while achieving full reusability. SpaceX estimates that operational cost could drop as low as $10 million per launch, a revolutionary price point for super heavy lift. SpaceX has conducted test launches of early Starship prototypes but is still working towards an orbital flight test hopefully later this year. This brings up the next question: what major tests and milestones lie ahead for Starship? Well, before an orbital attempt, SpaceX must still demonstrate a controlled landing of the giant Starship spaceship itself from a high suborbital trajectory. No small feat. And many eyes will be fixed on those first orbital launch attempts. Finally, the sprawling Starship factory and launch infrastructure at Starbase, Texas, continues rapid expansion to enable a high flight rate according to Musk's vision. But stable mass production of both rocket elements will be the next pivotal milestone en route to realization. Now, on to the big news. During his recent company-wide presentation, Elon Musk unveiled renders of larger Starship variants currently in early design stages. He stated that the initial operational Starships will still be around 120 meters tall. However, SpaceX is already planning bigger 145-meter and 170-meter versions, dubbed Starship Advanced and Interplanetary. Starship. This sparks the question: why develop larger Starships when the current design isn't even operational yet? While Musk noted these enlarged variants are aimed at transporting massive payload volumes to Mars as part of SpaceX's long-term colonization plans, the spacious bays will be crucial for establishing substantial cities on the Red Planet. These stretched variants will have expanded payload volumes capable of carrying large numbers of passengers and cargo. They could also potentially host additional Raptor engines, up to 9 for the upper stage, providing tremendous lift capacity. Now, looking at their immense size, how would these gigantic Starships even be transported to the launch pad? SpaceX would likely need to develop segmented transfer solutions or entirely new captive launch site architecture to accommodate the larger rockets. The substantially taller Starship rockets would tower above any operational launch vehicle ever built. To put that into perspective, the legendary Saturn V moon rocket was just 110 meters tall, so we could see interplanetary Starship eclipse even that mammoth rocket. Why build an even larger Starship, you may ask? Well, the main driver is transporting large numbers of passengers and cargo to Mars as part of SpaceX's long-term colonization plans. The larger 17-meter-wide payload bays in the bigger Starships will be crucial for carrying the structures, vehicles, and life support systems needed to establish a permanent human presence on the Red Planet. The expanded lift capacity would also enable bringing more colonists and cargo on each trip, helping make the Mars City build-up process more efficient. On Earth, enhanced Starships could launch truly enormous next-gen space stations, or carry unprecedentedly massive satellites. Their spacious bays may one day house space telescopes larger than Hubble or environmental sensor networks spanning thousands of nodes. The lower cost per km to orbit will also open up new heavy lift applications we can't yet envision. In short, massively increasing launch vehicle size and lift capacity is key to enabling new space capabilities and missions. However, developing and flying these gigantic Starships poses monumental design and engineering challenges, spanning several key areas. Firstly, Will the current stainless steel alloy materials and construction methods scale safely to rockets over double the size? The dry mass must be kept in check, while maintaining sufficient strength margins in the tanks and body structures. This brings up a good question. Could we see new exotic materials like composites or active cooling used in larger starships? Well, SpaceX is already pushing alloy steel to its limits with the current Starship. While the switch to steel yielded positive results, scaling much larger may require utilizing even stronger metal alloys or carbon composites in some areas. Certain thermal protection system regions could also leverage active water cooling for extreme re-entry loads. Secondly, generating enough thrust at liftoff for a fully loaded interplanetary Starship is an immense challenge. Elon suggested it could utilize up to 37 Raptor engines on Super Heavy and 9 on the upper stage. This begs the question, at what point does adding more engines yield diminishing returns? Managing flame trenches, vibration modes, and engine-out capabilities certainly becomes increasingly complex with additional engines. While SpaceX encountered limits around 30 suborbital Raptors, Raptor engine cost improvements could justify pushing this even higher for operational orbit-class Starships. This huge array of engines presents highly complex engine-out redundancy requirements, so early failure doesn't doom the mission. Sophisticated onboard computers will need to instantly adjust the remaining engine performance. Additionally, precise control and guidance of such a towering vehicle will require high-fidelity navigation sensors and extremely fast, responsive Raptor throttling. Guiding the path of tens of millions of pounds of rocket hardware is highly non-trivial. Finally, the immense logistics of transporting these larger Starships to the launch pad will require extensive infrastructure scaling at Starbase or entirely new, dedicated captive launch sites near manufacturing. Overall, while Musk paints an optimistic picture, developing bigger Starships is rife with obstacles that broaden with scale. Conservatively, it may take 5 years before we see an orbital flight test of a Starship Advanced variant, and over a decade for interplanetary Starships to become launch-ready. SpaceX engineers definitely have their work cut out for them. Well, there you have it, folks. Elon Musk has revealed his ambitions to eclipse the Saturn V with city-sized interplanetary Starships standing over 170 meters tall. This latest pivot hints at the immense scale of operations required for settling Mars and will surely inspire the next generation of space engineers. Realizing this incredible vision won't be easy and will force major leaps in materials, science, propulsion, and space-based construction techniques. But knowing Musk's tenacity, I have little doubt Starship will one day live up to its name. As we wrap up, it's worth noting that while the focus is on Mars for now, Elon Musk has hinted that Starship could have applications beyond the Red Planet. The ability to transport hundreds of tons to distant destinations enables entirely new classes of ambitious, inspiriting missions we can only begin to imagine today. Might we see Starship variants customized for demanding trips to Venus, Saturn, or even the ice moons of Jupiter someday? Could Starship derivatives embark on humanity's first interstellar precursor missions to worlds beyond our solar system? The immense capability of this platform opens the door to realizing even the boldest space exploration dreams in the coming decades, if funding and political will materialize. While much uncertainty still clouds the future, I for one am highly optimistic that this pivot towards gigantic Starships will pay off in enabling not just Mars cities, but an interplanetary civilization spanning the worlds of our solar system and reaching forth to distant stars. The age of Starship is just beginning. SpaceX engineers definitely have their work cut out for them. But one question still remains. Even with these enlarged variants, could Starship one day transport passengers beyond Mars? I'd love to hear your thoughts on this speculative possibility. Please share your visions in the comment section below. Be sure to subscribe and stay tuned as we continue monitoring Starbase expansion efforts that will lay the groundwork for these future mega rockets. Until next time, space fans, thanks for watching and keep dreaming big.